Initiating login sequence. Welcome to Alyx's world.
I told you. I told you. Welcome to Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you. I'm your host, Alyx, just Alyx. If there is any indication of how far NXT has fallen, pay attention to the audience for this pay-per-view, for this takeover event. One of the best things about these takeover shows, about NXT period, is the crowd, is the audience. I apologize for that. Got a message there. Hopefully that phone doesn't ring. If it ends up ringing, I might have to silence it. Shh. Doing a live broadcast. Forgot to pause super chats. We're off to a great start, guys.
I give NXT Takeover in your house D because I didn't enjoy NXT Takeover in your house tonight. Do you think Samoa Joe will replace William Regal as NXT GM?
It's a bit of a stretch. I don't think he will. I apologize for the interruptions there. I'm usually on top of the super chats and I gotta silence my phone. We'll do that when the advertisement's going on. But yeah, like I was saying, one of the best things about NXT is the crowd. And they were dead. See, it's one thing if I don't like the show. I'm just one person. I'm just one guy with a camera that has a YouTube channel that comes up here and just talks wrestling. Okay, what I say doesn't define every wrestling fan. That's just me. But when your show has a dead crowd, now granted, it was only like 300 people in there. It wasn't a big crowd. But that's a big audience. Let me take 300 people and put it in your room. That's a lot of people. If they are dead and they are silent, where you can hear a pin drop, something's wrong. Something's wrong. The quality of your shows have taken a major hit. And your audience showed that. So you know what? I'm glad this takeover happened. They needed to hear how the audience felt about their show. How far they've fallen in terms of where they were before the pandemic. Because it's hard to tell some of these egomaniacs anything. They think their shit doesn't stink until they get hit in the face with reality. Well, NXT Takeover in Your House 2021 was that reality. I'm not going to call it the worst takeover of all time. I'm pretty sure there have been worse shows. I'm almost positive there have been worse shows. But it's definitely one of the worst. Was it a bad show, per se? I don't think it was a bad show. But it's one of those shows where I was just left going, meh. Alright. That's it. No title changes. Nothing crazy happened. Very, very predictable, which is alright. But when you predict something that's not exciting and then that thing that's not exciting happens, is that really a good thing? It's really not. But we'll get into NXT TakeOver and some other wrestling news in this live broadcast. I want to get your thoughts on everything down below in the comments and in the live chat. As always, if this is the first time you're watching me, do me a solid favor. Like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. While you're at it, help expand the brand by doing the following things. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at just Alyx Central. Also give me a follow on Instagram. Donate using PayPal, Patreon. As you've seen with Mr. Sam P. Boone, super chats are officially on. Donate at any point in time during the broadcast to get your super chat played live in the air. Also, quick plug to my membership. I have opened YouTube memberships where you can donate a certain amount each month, starting as low as $1, going as high as $25. I don't go above $25 because I know y'all got money, but y'all need to spend that on something else. A month, $25 is all I'll accept. And if you do that, you get to request a video or a reaction, whatever. I think it's video and reaction once a month. Big deal. Pretty sweet deal. You can request an old school review or an old show review or a show I haven't seen before. Check it out. If that's something you want to do, try it out. But yeah, like, YouTube memberships are on. There's some cool perks. I really encourage you to try it out. There's also a tier where if I get enough people, I'll start doing live reactions to shows. And y'all get to watch wrestling shows with me and chat with me. Wouldn't that be nice? So yeah, check out the YouTube memberships. Also check out the t-shirts. Get yourself a Deluxe Man t-shirt, an old school Deluxe Man t-shirt. Get you a new school Alyx's World t-shirt, but don't forget to get you a blonde hair, blue eyes, apple pie, America t-shirt made by It's J-Nox and Firestar Heart. All of this at Teespring at Pro Wrestling Tees. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get a quick word from our sponsor, and then we'll get to the review. Today's video is sponsored by Amazon Music Unlimited, featuring 70 million songs and thousands of expert playlists. With Amazon Music Unlimited, you can listen to any song, anytime, anywhere, on all your devices. Smartphone, tablet, PC, Fire TV, and even Amazon Echo. Today, if you sign up using the link getamazonmusic.com, just Alyx, you'll get a 90-day free trial that you can cancel at any time. Following that, you'll be paying a small $7.99 that includes no ads and no interruptions. Take advantage of this opportunity today using getamazonmusic.com, just Alyx, in the description below. Also, one last thing about that advertisement. So, I know I said it's 3 months for Amazon Music Unlimited. Check this out. For the month of June, if you order starting today using the promo code, you get 4 months free. It's a limited time offer, but 4 months free for Amazon Music. I would hop on that. Even if you don't necessarily like listening to music, trust me, this is a sweet deal. 4 months free. Try it out. Give it a shot. Use the link down below. And then use the promo code. Guarantee you guys will like it. All right, let's get some shout outs here. Always show some love to the moderators. Ultra Shout 97, Firestar Heart, Elias Demian, Godzilla, Hawk. Thank you to my regulars. I want to say hello to New Japan Pro Wrestling Girl, who's always showing up on my streams. Taylor Thomas, Ray Perkins, Quentin Gilbert. We also got Diego Rivera, Rick. Is it Rip or Rick? Rick Rose. That's a Q. So Rick Rose. Kyle Carbon, who's calling people marks in the live chat. That will not fly. If it continues, I will ask my moderators to give you a timeout. Put you in timeout, sir. Don't insult people for their opinions. Only I can do that. No, I'm joking. Gen X 6887, Taryn Jones, the LOE, Christopher Carter, Samuel Griffin. That's a new one. What's up? What's up, Samuel? Welcome to the channel. Joe Arredondo, Tyrese Jor, did I say that right? Joseph Winters, Adam Ritter, Sam 3, Ashley Greer Crowder, Jose Talavera, Sunnykin Menard, I think it's Menard, Noxteru Blaze, Samuel M.E., Rachel Buck. Okay, seeing some people come back. I noticed a lot of people stopped watching wrestling, so they stopped showing up to my reviews. That's cool, but I'm happy to see some of you coming back. That must be a good sign. Maybe. I have no idea. Emerola 408, the Beep Jr., and of course, show some love to the champ, Super Chat Champion King Mike Tuds, who's showing up, basically reminding you guys who the king is. So let's play a couple more Super Chats and then we'll get going.
I will go to Raw at Miami, Florida on September 6th and I will seat near the ring and I hope Raw's best show on September 6th at Miami, Florida.
Well, I hope you don't regret that decision. I think you will. But hey, it's your money, it's your life, my friend. You enjoy yourself. You won't see me at any Raw shows. I don't give a damn where it is. I'll go to SmackDown. Roman Reigns will at least keep me entertained, but I ain't touching Raw with a 10-foot pole. With a 5-foot pole. How about that? All right. I guess the best thing to do when it comes to NXT Takeover is just to see it as what it is. This was just a show. Again, I'm happy it happened because Triple H, Shawn, Road Dogg, the people in charge needed to see that they've fallen off. This show was a great indication of how far NXT has what's the good word I'm looking for? It's gotten off track. It's steered off path. That's the best way to put it. And you know what? I'm not even gonna say that's your fault. You lost the crowd. The pandemic screwed everybody up. We don't know what's over. You had no idea what was working. You had to go off of your own judgment. And apparently your judgment was flawed. Because what you thought was over was not over. And the things that got over naturally was literally everything we've been talking about. Hey, you know what? I'll toot my own horn. Everything that I said we'd get over, got over. Cameron Grimes. I'll say this right now. I know a lot of people gave me a hard time when I first started doing YouTube about how I think Daniel Bryan was going to be a big star one day. And everyone was like, he's a vanilla midget. And he became one of the biggest, most popular stars in all of WWE. Perhaps in WWE history. I'm really close to saying the same thing about Cameron Grimes. I'm not going to hop on that train yet. But day by day, I'm becoming a massive fan of this dude. He has those vibes. He's giving me those Daniel Bryan vibes. Like someone who's just naturally charismatic, is very fun, is an excellent wrestler. Man, y'all better stop sleeping on Cameron Grimes. Y'all been sleeping on him way too long. Bronson Reed, at least they got him right. He's really awesome. Love him. MSK was a gift to them. You're lucky AEW didn't pick them up. And then, of course, Adam Cole, Gargano, Pete Dunne. We didn't see Finn Balor in the show, but Finn Balor. Hit Row. Frankie wasn't on the show, but Frankie. They have the tools to go back. Like, they could literally go back to old school NXT, at least pre-pandemic NXT. I won't say old school, like Attitude Era. No, it's before the pandemic when NXT was considered the greatest wrestling show on the planet. They can go back to that. But they gotta change up a lot of stuff. Most importantly, you have got to get out of the Performance Center, or what is it called? The CWC, the Capital Wrestling Center. You have got to get your behinds back to Full Sail. You have got to get back to Full Sail. That is your lifeblood. Okay? If you're Michael Jordan, that's Chicago Bulls. You are not the same without Full Sail. You need Full Sail. NXT needs Full Sail. This is no, Full Sail is not necessarily a part of us. It's just a piece of the puzzle. No, this is no piece of the puzzle. NXT, Full Sail, they are a pairing. That is the married couple. You need each other. Okay? I'm sorry. Like, it's not working. The environment, the atmosphere, the vibes, everything about NXT, it's so fucked up. It's so off. I don't know how you can continue on without Full Sail. So the sooner you can get back to Full Sail, the better. And I'm seeing people tell me that reports are saying they won't be going back anytime soon. I don't believe those reports. Yes, they will. I'll give it August. Around August, they'll be back in Full Sail. Especially, like, to me, when they do NXT Takeover Las Vegas, they should be back. If not before then, especially around then, they'll definitely be back afterwards. They'll be back in Full Sail after that, because that'll be around August, September, when things will be back to normal, hopefully. yeah, like for me personally, if you don't have that crowd, that audience, that in a sense is your judge, your jury, that tells you that this guy's a star, that tells you that we want to see this guy, that buys the merchandise, that spends their hard-earned money, that takes the time to show up to be there. They'll eat the shit, they'll eat the crap, but they'll do it because they love to. Then I don't really know if NXT will ever get back to what it was, because this audience tonight was not a good audience. You had 300 people in that CWC building. It sounded like 30. They were dead for a good majority of that show. They came alive a couple of times. I think they were alive for that opening match. Then they died. They were dead for that Mercedes Martinez versus Xia Li match. They liked Cameron Grimes a little bit, so they came alive for him. They were dead for the women's matches. None of the women's matches impressed them. They were pretty dead for the women. That's actually kind of sad. And they came alive for that main event. Of course they did, because you had all the stars in the main event. Although they died at the end there, that finish was not good. I won't say it was bad in terms of booking. They booked the match right. I'm not even saying that the talent were at fault there. It's just the crowd. It's like the energy left the room when Kross choked out Kyle O'Reilly. It was like, oops, they got that one wrong. So, yeah, like, just use this show as an indicator for how far you've fallen off. That's all I'm gonna say. It's not the end of NXT. Matter of fact, I see it as the opposite. I think this is exactly what they needed to slap him in the face to go, all right, you know what? Okay, we'll start listening. We'll get back on track. So, I'll say this right now. I expect the show to improve going forward. What the heck? The heck was that? Y'all, something just fell on my desk. That was scary as hell. Yeah. Yeah, I expect the show to definitely improve going forward. Got people messaging me. I'm busy, y'all. Come on. Y'all know I'm doing a broadcast. No, they don't. They don't know I'm doing a broadcast. I can go through the matches really quick. There's not much else to really say. I mean, you see the grades below. Individually, match of the night was the main event. Do we all agree on that? The Fatal 5-Way was the best match on the show. Like, we knew that was going to happen. We all said it was a one-match show. And the match that we thought was going to be good delivered. It was great. I mean, you had five of the best talent in the company. So it was kind of hard for that match to suck. But yeah, like, nothing came even close to that main event. And the guy I thought was going to retain, retained. Karrion Kross retained. Of course he did. He's their Goldberg. Karrion Kross is their Goldberg. He's not losing that belt anytime soon. And they're booking him like Goldberg. The guy took out 4 people all at once. So now you have to wonder, who the hell's going to fight him? And I see people saying, well, what about Samoa Joe? At this point, I guess so. I mean, that would make the most sense. I hope it's Samoa Joe. That would be pretty dope. I don't think it is. Although, honestly, I've been reading reports that WWE has kind of been second guessing their releases. I will lose my shit if they start bringing these people back. I will literally get angry. I will be pissed off because I'm like, why are you playing with these people's lives like that? Why are you playing with their... So you just get to fire them and rehire them whenever the fuck you want? No, man, don't... That is peak senile Vince. That is how you know Vince McMahon has lost his goddamn mind. The moment he starts firing and hiring people whenever the fuck he feels like it. I'm gonna fire you today, then I'll hire you back. Oh my... Seriously, I'm gonna start losing it if he starts doing that. So yeah, I won't be surprised if they bring back Samoa Joe so he can fight Karrion Kross. They probably need him. You're not selling out arenas. We'll talk about that in a second. And right now, like, who's he gonna fight? Like, the question now with Karrion Kross is you basically ran him through everybody. So you gotta bring someone down from the main roster. Sorry. People be messaging me, man. Lord. You gotta bring someone down from the main roster. Because someone just messaged me talking about some Alyx Black coming back to WWE. Again, I'm gonna lose my shit if they start bringing people back. Because that's not cool. Don't just be firing people and bringing them back. No, you either keep them on the contract. Have a plan for them. Otherwise, what? How do you know they won't get fired again? That's not a healthy environment to live in. Yeah, like, realistically, there's no one on NXT right now that can believably beat Karrion Kross. They would have to bring down someone from the main roster. They would. So, like, who? Keith Lee? He probably, you know, the more I think about it, I think Keith Lee's situation is more than just he's sick. I do think there's some creative differences there. You know what I mean? So, okay, if that's the case, yeah, bring Keith Lee, do the rematch, and then have Keith Lee win the title back, honestly. Then move Karrion Kross up. Because I think Keith Lee was better off on NXT anyways, if you know what I mean. They can do that. Who's not doing anything right now? Like, do you have him fight Triple H? Sure. Get him up. Maybe Goldberg. Maybe you do Goldberg versus Karrion Kross. I don't know. I'm spitballing here. I don't know what to do. See, here's a situation where you might have overbooked him to oblivion and now no one can believably beat him. But okay, sure. Figure that out yourself. As I said, the women's matches weren't great. That Xia Li versus Mercedes Martinez match was it wasn't even takeover worthy. That, I don't want to call it the worst takeover match in history, but it's definitely it's down there. It's bad. That was your typical weekly NXT match. It wasn't even that standard. That was just blasé. And I think it's because no one knows how to feel about Xia Li. This gimmick is not good. I'm sorry. And the stuff with Mei Ying, the Sister Abigail demon zombie-like female sitting in that chair, her yeeting, just grabbing Mercedes Martinez by her throat and yeet her off the stage. Okay. I hope y'all realize that Mercedes Martinez is the star here. I'm just gonna say that again. The one that's the star in this entire situation is not Xia Li. I like Xia Li. This gimmick I don't, but I like her. But clearly Mercedes Martinez is the star here. So I hope we're not dumb enough to use her to put over Mei Ying, who, I'm sorry, the gimmick is trash. Like, super trash. I don't like it. I think it's garbage. But yeah, good luck with that. The women's title match was everything I thought it would be. It was going to be Ember Moon selling her ass off for Raquel. And that's exactly what it was. And the problem with this match is that, again, we're seeing this more often with the people coming from the Performance Center. But when it comes to Raquel, she's getting more and more exposed as she wrestles. First off, her selling is garbage. Raquel cannot sell. I mean, I guess it's okay because she's a big woman, so she doesn't have to sell that much. But when she does, it looks awful. It looks really bad. And I'm not just saying that because, oh, you just hate Raquel González. Look, listen, okay? I understand the appeal of Raquel González. I get it. Most of you probably just like her because she's from Latina. She's Latina. She's from that descent. And hey, I'm that way too. You know, I have a cultural bias as well. Hit row. How you doing? But First off, you got Frankie Monet, who's also Latina. So why are we fucking with Raquel when we could be doing Frankie, who's so much better? But also, when it comes to Rachel, I just kind of feel like she thinks she's hot shit when she's really not. I think that's the problem with Raquel Gonzales. I think the problem I have most about her is that she thinks she's good. They're probably telling her that she's good, but she's not. And I think the problem is, even if she was good, that attitude, that arrogance is not very likable whatsoever. And I saw it was some press conference they had about NXT Takeover in your house. She put herself in the same, I'm not making this up, she put herself in the same conversation as Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. Bitch, what? What? You're gonna put yourself in the same... Look here, okay. I'm doing my best not to go off on some of these green talent because they're green and they don't know better. Raquel is starting to cross the line with me because she starts talking about how, oh, I busted my ass, I work hard. Why do you act like you're the only person working hard? Everybody in that fucking CWC Performance Center is busting their ass. I guarantee you there are people doing it more than you. Okay? The reality is, Raquel Gonzales. The reality is, you don't have talent. She's not talented. She's not. That's okay. You just have to make up for that talent with more hard work, like The Miz did. Unfortunately for Raquel, she's far from that. And we're seeing it every single day. They're making her look worse by putting her up against talent that are far superior. Ember Moon is a completely different class than Raquel. Completely different class. And it's going to be even worse when she gets in there with Frankie Monet. Oh my goodness. That's why they're keeping her. That's why they're keeping them far apart. Because Frankie's a star, and everyone knows it. But the difference between Frankie and Raquel, Frankie worked her ass off on the indies and trained herself and got better through experience, through different promotions, through different audiences. She understands what needs to be done to get people to care because she's been doing it for a while. Raquel clearly is inexperienced. She's clearly green, and she's coming from that very faulty CWC Performance Center regime. I don't know who's training these wrestlers, but these homegrown talent are not good. The Adam Coles, the Taya Valkyries, Frankie Monet, I was going to call her by her real name, Taya Valkyries, the Kyle O'Reillys, these wrestlers that came in outside the CWC that were brought in from the indies, of course they know what the fuck they're doing because they built that reputation. They've already worked all over the world. They understand the wrestling business. They've done the work. Raquel is someone who just came right into the CWC system. And I think the pressure is on to make the homegrown talent work to prove that the CWC system works. And I think Raquel is a great indication that your homegrown system is garbage. It is. It is. Is that Raquel's fault? No, it's not Raquel's fault. Raquel's doing everything she's told to do. She's not talented. Okay. You can make up for that with hard work. And you can tell she's trying. And that's why I don't want to hate on her too much, because I know she's trying. Yeah. I had a lot to say about that. The $1 million championship ladder match. Again, I thought the match was good. It was a good ladder match overall. I just feel like when it comes to Cameron Grimes, they're missing the boat on him. I know that. I cannot believe how badly they just missed Cameron Grimes. Like, you have all these talents that you've been trying to get over. The one I would have pushed the hardest during the pandemic was Cameron Grimes. Man, he would have already been my North American champion. Seriously, at least my cruiserweight champion. Give him something. All these other wrestlers are... The fuck? I'm sorry, I don't understand how the fuck you missed the boat with Cameron Grimes. But I'm happy that he got the love and support from the crowd tonight. So now Triple H will go, okay, all right, so we need to push him a little bit more. Yeah. Now, LA Knight as Ted DiBiase's new protege, that's fine. That's a good role for him. I don't care about the $1 Million Championship belt. I never did. But okay, I don't mind you pairing him with Ted DiBiase. I think that would be great for him. I think you have him get that rub, and that should help him stand out. Although he doesn't need it. I think Eli Drake, LA Knight. I know he changed his name. He can stand out. He can stand out on his own. But fine. All right. That's fine. I don't have an issue with any of this. That's good. Just wake up when it comes to Cameron Grimes, please. Because the entire world sees that he's a great talent, except you. So yeah, like, not the worst takeover. Again, it's not one of the worst takeovers. I enjoyed a lot of it, but I'm sorry, like, comparing this to shows like NXT Takeover New Orleans from 2018, it's not even fair to any of the takeovers in the past, any of the War Game shows. You can't. This is actually worse than some of the pandemic NXT takeovers. And that's saying a lot, because this had an audience. You would think by default this would be better. No, the crowd was dead. So yeah, like, get your shit together. That's all I'm gonna say. Get your shit together. Wake up and give us a good show by NXT Takeover Las Vegas. I think if they start this week revamping the show, getting people in the right spots, making certain people baby faces that need to be baby faces, by August they'll be back on track. But they gotta start this week. They need to start this week, like this Tuesday. So that's my thoughts. Let's play some super chats. What y'all saying?
Who do you want to replace William Regal as GM NXT if William Regal quit as GM NXT?
Regal's not quitting NXT. I can tell you that right now. I think this is more of a storyline to indicate, in my personal opinion, to indicate that NXT is about to change and go back to his old pre-pandemic self, as it should. Because that's what I miss. I miss that. I see a lot of people. How many people do we have? Oh my god, it's close to 200 people in here. But I'm under 100 likes though. Hey, like the video, y'all. Like the video. You like the video, more people could come. And thank you all for subscribing. Thank you all for being a part of Alyx's world. A safe space for wrestling fans like you. I see other super chats coming in too. I'm gonna let those play.
Or send Kross up like they did KO to beat a champ.
KO? I mean, sure, he can vacate the title. I would rather him just lose, though. I think it's better off if he loses. But, like, who does he lose to at this point? Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end the discussion on NXT right there, because there's not much else to say. Hopefully they get back on track and the show can get back to how awesome it used to be. Sounds good? Alright. In other news, it looks like WWE is struggling to sell tickets. As you guys know, WWE is going back on the road. They've been telling you that for the last few days on these shows. We're going back on the road soon. 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 Hey, we're going back on the road soon. Hey guys, did you know we're going back on the road? They've been pounding that into your goddamn heads. They're going back on the road soon. Well, here's the problem. Yeah, you're going back on the road, but no one's buying tickets. So here's a report from, who is this, Dave Meltzer? Yep, it's from Dave Meltzer. As always, take these reports with a grain of salt. I think in my opinion, the best reporter in terms of wrestling news, backstage news, is Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful.com. I will plug him all day, every day. Sean's a really good guy. If he, confirms all this stuff that Dave is saying, I will believe it 100%. For right now, I'm going to take this with a grain of salt. Although, honestly, when you read what he says, you didn't even need to hear him say it to just go, well, duh. So let me just read to you what he said on his recent podcast, or the recent edition of the Wrestling Report. It says here, all tickets for WWE's upcoming summer tour are now available, but early sales have reportedly been sluggish. Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer said the following: there's a lot of events under 2,000 tickets sold. Ooh. What? Under 2,000 tickets? Ouch. Oops. That's not good. That's not good. Well, let me continue. He says a lot of the shows are that way. When it comes to the head-to-heads with AEW, they're both running the Dallas market. WWE is ahead of AEW on that one, but they're also in the American Airlines Center, and WWE is in a building in Garland. So that's not really a fair comparison. However, AEW is whipping WWE's behind in ticket sales when it comes to Jacksonville. Well, that, of course, that's Daly's place, right? Well, that makes sense. Yeah, honestly, WWE should stay away from Jacksonville. They never have good shows there. Their shows in Jacksonville are always bad. And knowing that that's AEW Central, yeah, stay away from that. Stay away from that city. But yeah, Jacksonville, Miami is kicking their ass. Really? Okay. And North Carolina. Oh, wow. Okay. So AEW's outdoing WWE in ticket sales in certain markets. Yikes. Now, I can tell you right now why that's the case. I didn't read too much into what else he said. Let me tell you why AEW is doing better than WWE in certain markets. First off, their tickets are a lot cheaper. Floor seats for WWE range from like 150 to 500. Those are floor seats. AEW, $85 to 200. Seriously, an AEW ticket on the floor? $85. $85. WWE, 200 and higher. What ticket are you going to buy? So I get a cheaper ticket for what is going to be guaranteed to be more than likely a better show. No wonder they're outselling them. That's just common sense. You don't need Dave Meltzer to tell you that. But not only that, have you not been watching Raw? Did we not just get done watching a goddamn doll pull a horror movie act on Shayna Baszler? Who the fuck wants to go see that? These shows are abysmal. Other than Roman Reigns and Sasha Banks, what reason do you have to go watch these shows live? And now I'm seeing that they're trying to do house shows. They might as well cancel those house shows. You're not going to get anybody to come to those house shows. You're not. You don't have any megastars. You don't have any stars that people are willing to go see. You don't have John Cena. You don't have The Rock. You don't have Austin. You don't have Kurt Angle. You don't have Hulk Hogan. You don't have Shawn Michaels. You don't have Triple H. You don't have Andre the Giant. You don't have Mick Foley. You don't have freaking Ray. Well, you got Ray. I guess you'll get something out of him, but there's not much else you can get from Ray at this point. Okay, he's not the mega draw he used to be. He's a draw, but his value is kind of dipped based off of how they've been booking him. I'm sorry, like the booking of Rey Mysterio as of lately has been garbage, especially with that Seth Rollins storyline. That killed his value all the way. Jesus, eyeballs. But yeah, like when your top talent are Rey Mysterio, Roman Reigns, and Sasha Banks, who do you have to make people spend money to come to a house show where, like, storyline wise, it's non-canon? They don't really mean much to the shows. What, you're gonna bring back Brock Lesnar? Good luck with that. You don't have anybody. You don't have any stars that will draw people to these events anymore. That's not the talent's fault. That's your fault. You have made them all jobbers and hammerniggers. You have made them all feel unimportant and confined them to a certain level. You put a glass ceiling on top of them to the point where they, even if they get over, you then cut their legs off so they fall below the standard, which is WWE is the star. Well, how's that working out for y'all? Business wise, sure, you're getting all these cable networks and streaming services paying you billions and millions for your past content, for your old school content, which is great. But what about the current generation? What about the Kofi Kingstons? What about the New Days? What about the Bobby Lashleys? What about all these other talents that deserve and should be at the same, at least close to the same level of a Kurt Angle and Edge, who, by the way, should be coming back soon as well. But they should be there, but they're not, because people like Vince, Bruce Pritchard, and the people in charge, they told them, you're not a star, and so we're not going to book you like it. Well, all right, you do that for so long, people stop caring, people stop wasting their time, and now you're stuck in a rut where after a pandemic, you're expecting people to just go crazy and be like, hey, I just want to be in front of a crowd. And yeah, you'll have that. I think Houston's going to do well. I know for sure Money in the Bank's going to do well. And I guarantee you SummerSlam is going to. If they do Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley, that's going to sell out. You don't have to worry about SummerSlam. Past SummerSlam, you're fucked. You get past SummerSlam, those shows are not going to do well whatsoever. And you know they're not. Because there's nothing to carry your shows going forward. You can move up Adam Cole, Io Shirai, Gargano, Ciampa. You can move them all up. You can cut NXT and move all the talent up to Raw and SmackDown. That's not going to save your shows. It's not. Because the booking is terrible. You need to work on improving the quality of your shows. You do. Now, it's one thing if it would be one thing if it was a world where I was this grumpy, disgruntled wrestling fan that hated everything you did, but a majority of the fans liked it. You know what I mean? The problem here is that I'm in the majority, apparently. A lot of these fans are sick of your shit. You got Triple H telling us to stop watching. Me and my friend Mark, we're gonna stop watching. Okay, well, you told us to stop watching. We're not watching. Thanks. We'll take your advice, Trips. But how long will this go on? How long does WWE need to continue hemorrhaging, losing viewers until, what, we're down to 1 million people watching the shows this week? You can't pack out 10,000, 15,000 buildings. You'll do that in certain markets. You'll do well again. You'll do well in Houston. You'll do well in Chicago. You'll probably do well in New York, Brooklyn, and Philadelphia, Philly, because those are wrestling cities. Those are all historic wrestling states and wrestling cities. But you get outside of those states and those cities, you're fucked. So no, okay, when Dave Meltzer says that the ticket sales aren't doing well, I believe him. I completely believe him. Like, why would they be doing well? No one wants to see a goddamn doll hunt people. Oh, Jesus Christ. I think it would have been better, and I have to go back to that segment on Raw, if they would have had Alexa Bliss in a mask, if the doll would have possessed Alexa, and then she attacked Shayna, that would have been fine. Like, at least it's leading to a match. What the fuck was that? That segment on Raw was just like mind-bogglingly bad. Like, what was the point of that? So yeah, the shows are not going to be good going forward because the people in charge don't give a shit about the storylines and the storytelling, and majority of the people watching are just going to lose interest. And the only people who are going to keep watching are people like me, the marks. Yeah, I'm a mark. Okay, you're welcome. You get to a point where I stopped watching. You should probably, it would be time to retire by that point. You should retire now, but yeah, man, this is sad. This is sad. But anything can happen. Things can change. Honestly, what they need to do, and again, I'm not worried about July and August. They'll have Brock Lesnar and John Cena. They'll be fine. When you got John Cena and Brock Lesnar on a good majority of your shows, Brock Lesnar for Raw and then John Cena for SmackDown, you'll be good. And then you got Edge coming back too. I'm not worried about the summer. The summer's fine. The fall is what you should be worried about. The fall is gonna suck terribly unless you get your act together. You need something to carry these shows through the fall. You need something. You need some type of buzz. I don't know what it is. It's not my job to figure it out for you. But hell, you might. This might sound crazy, but might have to get that belt off of Roman for a little bit. You know, change the environment up a little bit. Like, have Cesaro cash in him at SummerSlam, then give Cesaro a couple months with the title, and then get the belt back to Roman. At least when you change it up like that, there's intrigue. There's interest. Like, ooh, okay, where is this going? Something to think about. But yeah, good luck, WWE, selling these tickets. If you keep things the way they are, you're gonna do poor. You can forget about it. It's not happening. But you know, that's my thoughts on that. I want to get your thoughts on the poor ticket sales. I'm very curious to know where your head's at. Let me play some more super chats and I'll go to the live chat. I see a lot of people subscribing. Oh, that's right, 30,000 subscribers. I'm really close. I am literally 50 subscribers away from 30,000. I think we can make it by next week, because next week is Hell in the Cell. So next week, Hell in the Cell is when I think we should hit 30,000 subscribers. I think if I work hard this week, I can knock out. Yeah, I can do Raw tomorrow, NXT Tuesday, preview for Hell in the Cell on Friday, and then Hell in the Cell Sunday. Because AEW is still gonna be make poop. AEW is still gonna be on Fridays for the time being, so they're not gonna do much. Oh wait, no, it's on Saturday this week, right? It's on Saturday this week. I don't think that's the case.
Kevin Owens got called up still as NXT champ, and he went on to beat Cena. Some fans are still weary about COVID, and they want WWE the way they want.
I mean, okay. I'm at that point now where I think fans are not as worried about COVID as they used to be, especially the market that WWE is trying to appeal to. So, yeah, but also not really.
I spend my ticket for Raw at Miami, Florida on September 6th, $65 for Near the Ring.
Okay, Sam, we know we know what date you're going to Raw. You spent $65? So, when you say near the ring, are you on the floor, or are you, cuz that doesn't sound like you're near the ring. That just sounds like you're closer to the ring. You might have some good seats, but I'm talking about floor seats. Like, floor seats for AEW is $85. Like, that's pretty dope. Those are pretty cheap tickets. Pretty cheap seats. There we go. Okay, I see that we have still got 160 people in here, but I got 80 likes. Hey, y'all like the video? Be sure y'all liking the video. The more people who like the video, the more this gets seen. All right, live chat, you up? What y'all been talking about in this thing? Let me hang out with y'all for a second. I noticed that A and B combos are in here, right? Yeah, A and B combos, Wrestling Edition. Please go subscribe to A and B combos. They are really, really cool people that support me. They've been doing live reactions to my 100 unsung holy beep moments, and I love them. I think they're doing an excellent job. It's great for both of our channels. We're helping each other out, but ultimately they're making this a lot of fun.
I second row seat.
A second row seat. Okay. I mean, it's not bad. But yeah, like, check them out. Go subscribe to A and B Combos Wrestling Edition. Let's see here. A reaction channel, by the way. Also, quick shout out to TwitWow. I noticed that I think I saw TwitWow in here as well. That's John and Ashton. Check them out. Taryn Jones. I meant to say Takeover is going to be on Sunday, so it won't be in Vegas. It will be at the CVC. Look it up. Okay. It'll be in CWC. Alright. Cameron Grimes going straight to the moon. They love Cameron Grimes, man. They absolutely love him. They really do. The Butte Jr. I heard from Dave Meltzer that Roman Reigns is playing to turn face, and ooh, I hope not. Yeah, I listened to that broadcast. I think Dave, what he was trying, you have to watch out when it comes to Dave Meltzer, because he's not very articulate with his words. The long-term plan is to make Roman Reigns a babyface again in the future, which they got a long time to do that. Like, I don't see him turning face until at the latest 2024 2025. Like, he's definitely gonna be heel around WrestleMania 38, and around WrestleMania 39 he's gonna be a heel. Probably towards the tail end of 2023 you might see him turn face, but nah, you can forget about him being a goddamn babyface anytime soon.
WWE should start with small venues instead of big.
You tell that to Vince. See what he tells. See the reaction Vince gives to you if you ever say that. Because good luck. So there are some people saying that ringside is $1,000. $1,000? Are you now? See, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, okay. Like, I think WrestleMania ringside is like $2,000, which is typical. That doesn't surprise me. $1,000? What shows? Where is that at? Because here in Houston, let me look at the ticket prices for here in Houston really quickly. Because they're going to be here in Houston on July 16th, right? So if I look at the tickets, I just want to know, like, what the ticket prices here. So you get Ticket Center. Okay. So says here, if I go to tickets, I just want one. Okay, that's fine. Okay, well, it has to load up. And I can actually see really quickly how it's doing here in Houston. I guarantee you, it's doing well, because it's okay. It says here, yeah, the cheapest. Watch this. The cheapest tickets for Houston are $63. Okay, that's just like for higher ups. The floor seats here in Houston, like low level, are $360, which is actually, that's lower than I expected it to be. You know, I was expecting about 500, but yeah, like I said, about 200 to 500, 360. Okay, I listen. I'm not paying no 360 for no goddamn SmackDown ticket though. You can forget. You can kiss my ass on that one, pal. Yeah, 360. All right. And looking at the chart, yeah, it's actually doing pretty well. I definitely, for sure, I definitely see I can see them selling out the Toyota Center. I think the only reason why that show's gonna sell is because of Edge. Well, Edge and potentially John Cena. So.
Prince if WWE announced that the main event of Mania is a eliminating chamber. Who's in it and what's your build? And why is Douse saying foo for?
I got a troll in the live chat. Moderators, if he's a troll cussing me out, please block him. I'm gonna just say that right now because I'm not paying attention to the trolls. If you feed the trolls, they're just gonna continue. So, I mean, you say a main event with Chamber? Okay, we'll have to get back to that in a second, I guess.
Same for Omega as Reigns as far as Facetern goes.
Well, see, everyone knows that Omega is eventually going to go back to being a babyface. We know that. We see that coming from a mile away. With Reigns, I don't know if we... Here's the thing about Roman Reigns. Like, could it work? Sure, but he's so good as a heel. Why would you ever want to turn him? Ever again? Anyways, back to King Mike Tuts here, who just asked me what I would do if there was an Elimination Chamber main event at WrestleMania. Well, I would definitely unify the belts. So we're gonna get 3 people from Raw and 3 people from SmackDown. So Roman, Seth Rollins, Cesaro. Raw, Bobby Lashley, AJ Styles, Keith Lee. I was gonna say Randy Orton. Screw that. So there you go. That's your main event. That's your main event WrestleMania, and then it's unifying the belts. I guarantee y'all would be like, yes, sir. Where do I sign up for that? Oh yeah, Eva Marie's coming tomorrow. Oh, that's gonna be that's gonna be fun. All right. Yeah. Mods. I don't even see the guy who was cussing me out earlier. If I see him, I'm definitely going to block him. Because you shouldn't be you don't. It's one thing to insult the audience, but why are you trying to insult me? You trying to insult me too? That was dumb. The audience can't block you. I can block you. You shouldn't be insulting my audience anyways. We don't do that shit here. Let's see here. What's up, B Ketchum? Saying he's from Houston, Texas. Don't worry about it. You here? That's what matters. Tavon Jameson. So they are struggling to sell tickets. That's what happens when you release all your talent that were fan favorites. And again, I'm gonna be super pissed off if they just start hiring them back. I will be fucking upset. Like, stop treating these people like garbage. Like, okay, we're just gonna throw you away and then bring you back when we want to. And they let them do that to them. I don't like that, man. That's not cool. New Japan Pro Wrestling girl says, why don't you blame Rikishi? He did it for The Rock. He did it for the people. Oh, man. When they start doing that Rock and Roman Reigns build, because you know eventually that's going to happen, they got to bring in Rikishi for one of those shows. Hell, I would have Rikishi come and wrestle Roman Reigns. There's a pay-per-view match right there. There you go. Matter of fact, here's what we would do. Roman Reigns versus Rikishi, Royal Rumble. Rock versus Roman at WrestleMania, of course. And I'm hearing reports that Rock's going to be there for Survivor Series. Good. Start the build there. Great. Chamber, Don't even have Roman wrestle at Chamber. Make the Chamber match for the WWE Championship. But yeah, like that's gonna be dope. Thomas reminding us that WWE had a problem selling tickets before the pandemic. Remember when they were tarping off empty sections? Yeah, I remember that. My memory is very pristine. I have very good memory. Let me tell you something. I remember all that, and I can tell you this whole thing about this whole thing about how WWE is going to sell out these arenas because fans are just ready to get back. They got another thing coming, so they better be careful. Let's see. Ken terminated by... Oh, okay. What's up, Ken terminated? I remember that guy. What's up? Welcome. Can Rikishi still go? Yeah, he can. He's still training. He's still training folk right now. He can definitely still go.
If they get Lashley, Lesnar and Reigns, Cena for SummerSlam, how can they top that with WrestleMania next year in Dallas?
Rock versus Roman. And then Keith Lee wins the Rumble and fights Bobby Lashley. That's easy. Yeah, that's not hard to top. Why do people think like you can't top Reigns, Cena, Lashley, Lesnar? That's actually really easy. Again, like they have the talent to top that. Will they top that? I don't know, because they suck and they can't book to save their lives. Yeah, of course. Well, and here comes the people in charge of WWE. You think you're smarter than what you know? I'm like, okay, well, yeah, I am, because it's gotten so bad to where I now think I can outbook you, and more than likely I can. All right, I don't feel this way about any of the Marvel shows. I never watch any of the Loki, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision. I don't watch a single episode and go, I could have written a better episode than that. But I feel that way when watching WWE all the goddamn time. And it shouldn't be that way. But yeah, like everyone's saying like, how do you top Lesnar, Lashley, Cena, and Reigns? I'm like, I just gave you two examples right there. It's not hard. All right, well, it seems like I'm still under 100 likes, so I'll stay here until I get 100 likes. I'm at 89 likes. So I'm gonna need y'all to like this video. There's 151 people in here. It was at 200 at one point. Come on, like this video. Get me to 100. I'm gonna start singing some. I'm gonna start singing some old cartoons again. Some old cartoon shows from the 90s. Y'all want me to start doing that? All right. Y'all gonna make me do it. Screw it. Give me some shows to sing some theme songs too. Y'all brought this on yourselves. You brought this on yourselves. Nope. Okay, 95 likes. Nope. Still not enough. You know what I want. I see. We got Tony DC for life giving me a $9.99 super chat. Okay, sir. I appreciate that. I'm gonna do it. Don't make me start singing. I see some of y'all like, oh no, don't do it. No, don't do that.
But I would wait till LA for Rock versus Roman since it makes sense cause Rock stays there. But hey, call man.
Why? Why not do it in the biggest building possible? You do know that the AT&T Stadium next year's WrestleMania is gonna seat 100,000 people. Why would you not do the match there and then do it in a building that's not as big? I mean, it's a stadium, I think, in Hollywood too, right? Okay, but it's not as big as the AT&T Stadium. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Thank you for the donation, but nah, like from a business perspective, you would need to do it at the. You would think they would want to do that at the AT&T Stadium. Who the fuck? If you don't have Rock versus Roman for that, what are you gonna do? Yeah, good luck, cause that's. Yeah, I don't get that whatsoever. Sorry, man. That just blew my mind. Oh, we made 100 likes. Good. Y'all lucky. I was about to pull out some cow and chicken on y'all. Y'all almost made me do it. Y'all almost made me do it. All right, I'm gonna let these super chats roll through. Then I'm gonna get out of here.